Hello everyone and welcome to OzVarmint TV. Today I'll be showing you how to connect a 12 volt seal lead acid battery to your scope mountable spot loading rig so you can whack it in your backpack and go anywhere you like. Alrighty, for the basic circuitry of this, you're going to need a few things such as a female cigarette lighter plug. Obviously the one on your spotlight is a male, so you'll need that. You'll also need some 6.4mm tab connector clips, some wire strippers and crimpers, scissors, solder and soldering iron, and some wire. Doesn't really matter which wire as long as it can handle, is insulated and can handle the wattages coming out of the spotlight. Okay, so basically to start, we need just to strip the wire to insert the tab connectors. So we just go here, it's 1.5mm wire, so we'll strip that. We'll give it about probably a centimetre of exposed wire. Actually, it needs to be a bit more. And away we go. Then we'll just twist them over. Now the wire that I've got has a black line along the side of it to easily determine which is positive and which is negative. Obviously you use the black line for negative, considering it's always as black. Okay, so the other thing you might want to do just to neaten up the job is just have a bit of heat shrink. So just cut maybe, just over a centimetre, between a centimetre and an inch of that, and whack it on before you put the tab connectors on, or else you're going to have some troubles. Now we're going to connect the tab connectors after we've put our heat shrink on. You don't need the heat shrink, this will be more than enough, it's just to neaten up the job. So we put our first tab connector in. We make sure that the wire is wound tight so it doesn't fray when you're trying to enter it into the little hole there. And away we go, so we're in there. Now we just give it a good crimp. And just ensure that it's not going anywhere, which it's not. We do that for the second one, of course. It'd be good if you could obviously mark out what colour these are as well, just in case it's easier to see overnight in the dark and you only got a small torch once your battery runs out. Alright, now we've just made sure that they're good, that's perfect, and we just slide that over there and like that for the moment. And that way we can get onto the business end, which is soldering the wire onto the cigarette lighter adapter. Okay, so we just strip this wire again. We don't need much of a strip this time, probably about the same as last time, about 12mm. Okay, the next step is to attach the cigarette lighter adapter to the wire. So basically we just need to feed this through here. Don't forget to do this or it'll be a pain in the bum. It doesn't matter where that lies at the moment, it just has to go over it later on. Now remember that the black line, if you get the same sort of split wire that I do, you get the black line, I always use it to indicate negative. So it goes on the side, which is these tabs here. And now we will, I'll show you just how to solder it up. Attach the positive section. Put it through the little hole, give it a fold because I don't trust just the solder when it's in a backpack and you're in the bush, so obviously you want a bit more strength. So we just give it a little wrap around like that just to provide some extra strength and apply the heat to this to where you want to solder, and then just drop the solder in there. Give it a fair bit, it doesn't matter. We want it to be strong, so give it a good bit of solder like that and let it set. As it set, we just start to do the very same thing for the negative, and then we're almost done. Go from the inside, obviously, because you're going to have trouble screwing the cap back on. Once again, fold it up and over, just for some bit more strength. You probably just want to put this one on its side now. It helps always to have a little bench vise, just because you don't have 50 million sets of hands. Alrighty, now we just heat it up again. Applying a bit more heat and a good dollop of solder, just to give it plenty of strength. And get the cap and close it over. Now we just have to shrink the shrink wrap. Okay, I'm just using a heat gun. You can get them pretty cheap from Bunnings or whatever. If you don't use it, I think hairdryer works, or just hold it above a flame just so it shrinks enough, but you don't want to do that too much, and you want to be careful with the heat gun that you don't melt any of the plastics. So you just want to shrink that like so, just to give it, basically just to make it neater and to give it just a little bit more strength. Now that you've completed it, it's time to test it out. So obviously connect your negative to your negative and your positive to your positive. Plug it in and test it out. Once you know it works fine, you'll be out on foot spotlighting in no time. Now remember, if you have any questions about today's episode or any other suggestions, email us at tv@ozvarmint.com or visit our website ozvarmint.tv. Thank you.